So anyone that was watching the footy over the weekend, you might have seen an incident in the Carlton game versus North Melbourne where a young boy, Carlton supporter, understandably, was devastated with the team's form and was crying on television. Fox Sports and Fox Footy decided to show that young person on television, and it went national. Take a listen.
And that is a summation of what's happened for the Blues, for that poor young fella. Mum and Dad have brought him to the footy today, full of hope.
Well, it's bad parenting. Bad parenting, isn't it? I've got one at home. Trust me, I'll live it.
So now Fox Sports and Fox Footy have come under fire for showing the distraught young fan because, as many viewers have labelled it, is it invasive to the fan? Is it exploitative? So I want to hear about your thoughts on this, 8223 0000, whether you think it's fair game that supporters are put on television like that, particularly in moments of distress, or if you think it's a little inappropriate. Maybe the broadcasters have got to have better duty of care. Dr. Danielle Einstein, PhD, is a registered clinical psychologist who specialises in the treatment of anxiety, internationally known for obsessive-compulsive disorder, uncertainty and adolescent social media use. Danielle joins us this afternoon. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Are you concerned that a young boy is shown on national television in a state of distress, Danielle?
Well, if you actually listen to the description of it, the commentators say he's got problems at home, which he's relating to his own children sometimes crying, maybe sometimes tantruming. Even this boy's not tantruming, but you can hear he's just talking about his own experience. And I think when you think about the outcry of this, we've actually got to really keep in mind what causes problems. And it's actually our reaction rather than the exposure itself. So if his parents now walk away going, oh, my gosh, I can't believe it, that is a disaster, it's going to be terrible for you,
yes,
then that would make it worse for the child. Or if there was bullying at school and the school didn't do anything about it, then, yes, that would be destructive and a problem for the child. But most of the time, a little bit of distress when we see someone in the street showing it, that's just part of growing up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was reading the feedback on this, Danielle. So you have people who, and we know there's a lot of people who don't want their kids' faces on social media, for example, so they don't put them on Facebook or Instagram, etc. So you go to the game, an innocent bystander, you're watching the game. You don't expect that you're going to be on television. You could be, but you don't expect to do it. But is there any duty of care, do you think, at the broadcaster at all, or are they just there to make the best product possible? The narrative is that his team's playing very badly, therefore it's a great cutaway shot, albeit it's a young kid crying and upset about that. Because I wonder what the trickle effect is. Yes, if he sees it as a badge of honour, he might be a hero to his friends, but if it's not, then maybe Fox inadvertently have made this kid's life difficult.
Yes, it's all about how everyone now reacts to it. And I think social media is an important sort of thing to have a think about, because parents are right to protect their kids from social media and not to be broadcasting children's emotions and getting a whole lot of attention for that. So what you're saying is, okay, on social media, many parents think it's not okay. Should that be the same for the network? Should it be the same that they only show people over 18, for example?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I think I might be able to handle it. I'm a Carlton supporter, Danielle, so I've seen a lot of pain. So I'm probably not going to be as emotive as this kid was. But yeah, I wonder if there is a line, or is there I totally understand why Fox would do it. Like it's a great story and the boys can have a bit of a laugh. Jonathan Brown, who you mentioned, is the commentator in question. His daughter is a Carlton supporter. So he was sort of saying, that he sees his daughter crying all the time. So I do get that. But I don't know, just part of it made me feel a little uncomfortable, and I can understand why those people who are split on this can see that it is somewhat invasive. And I guess, what's the other word? Probably, is it exploitation? Maybe not exploitation, but it's uncomfortable, particularly if the kid doesn't want that.
Yeah, and it shows, the other thing it shows, Leith, is how quickly social media can whip up a story into something where everyone's got an opinion, and it's easy to take it out of context as well. So it might be legitimate. Maybe it is legitimate. But when you listen to the whole clip that you played at the beginning, you could actually hear that it was qualified.
Yes.
But I bet you on social media, just an excerpt's been shown to whip people into a bit of a frenzy about it.
Yeah, they mentioned last night on Fox Footy on one of the other shows that the club has actually reached out to the young boy in question, and I'm assuming he's probably going to get to meet players and go and do it. So it'll be a win for him in the end. But I do see these stories, Danielle, where, other people overseas all of a sudden become a meme or an embarrassing bit of footage of them. The days of just being shared around your family, your friends, a small circle of people that you may know can go global in seconds.
That's very true. That is very true, and it's very concerning to a lot of people, especially now with AI being able to manipulate things as well. So it might be a genuine image, and then it might even be a made-up one.
And then once it goes internationally, how do you can't stop that, can you? It's there forever.
No, our digital footprint is there. We cannot undo it, and that's why you've got to really question at what age should a child be creating a digital footprint in which they're trying to prove themselves to other people. This idea that it's healthy to broadcast. I mean, one of the things I draw your attention to and the listeners is just that when we've heard about some of those suicides, these children have been in sad situations and maybe they've made a mistake online and all of a sudden that's just gone viral or there's been a bad photo. And in fact, that those photos and the videos make kids look very, very hard at themselves and focus on themselves all the time. And then often they can feel inadequate and it can lead to this bullying. So, images, videos, they have much more power than just the written word. And that's why it's a tool we really have to think about.
Yeah, I say to my kids all the time, just be careful of the videos that you're sending your friends because whilst it might be just to them now, as you say, it could get into the realm of the public sphere, and then who knows where it goes from there. And it might not embarrass you now, but it might embarrass you when you potentially go for a job or, there are some people who are renowned for things that they've done on the internet. You're a registered clinical psychologist, been in this for a long time. You also look after adolescent social media use. Can you give us a rough idea of what it's like in 2025 versus, when social media first? I imagine your day is full of these kind of issues.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like the changes in the clinic in terms of what people, young adults as well as teens come in with, it's completely different. So nowadays, like almost every client will have a way in which they're getting more upset by messages they're getting or what they're seeing that their friends are doing, and getting caught up in this rat race of proving yourself and showing off or feeling inadequate. Just because they see what other people who they'd like to be similar to are doing. So it triggers all of us, adults as well as young people. You have to be really grounded and often the best answer really, Leith, is to stay off.
Before I let you go, you're releasing the Einstein report today, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Explain to us what that's about.
Well, what I've been doing is looking through everything that's been said about social media use and, in fact, that addictive use of technology and what's going on in schools, what's going on in homes, and putting together information that's really, really simple to break down. I've been giving webinars at different universities and to parents at schools, and I'm just putting them up there together with materials that just show where there's myths. There's a lot of myths around. There's a lot of fiction around in this area, and I want people to understand the facts and to be able to understand it clearly. So I'm putting it out there. It's videos, it's written pieces, and for some people it will trace all the way back to the references or the citations so people can see where my work is coming from, because I think that it's really important that we question what's going on, we think hard about it, and that we then as a community can make some changes.
Where can we find out more? Where can we get the details on that? Well,
it's the Einstein Report Substack.
Right.
So I believe it's a Substack. Mm-hmm. And, yes, I'm not usually a social media person, but in this case, it seems to be that it's important to get the word out there clearly. So this is Substack platform.
Excellent.
Called the Einstein Report.
We will share that detail with our audience as well. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it this afternoon. Thanks for your insight.
Thanks for having me.
All the best. Dr. Danielle Einstein is a registered clinical psychologist, anxiety treater, internationally known for obsessive compulsive disorder, uncertainty, and adolescent social media use. All right, 8223 0000.